Good evening, sports fans, and welcome once again to Wheelchair Football Tonight. I'm Jimmy Anderson, and this is the second game of the fifth week with the end zones. The 500 record going up against the winless Texas Wheelers. Will the Wheelers be able to upset the end zones and put a win in the column? We'll find out as we take a look at first half highlights right now. Chuck Anderson of the Wheelers about to kick off the ball. There you see LA, a substitute player named Ed. I don't know his last name, Kevin, as well as Brittany in there as well. As the ball is kicked off, it's going to be returned right here by Zach Rule. There you see Alan Montross, Jacob Snelson blocks out Chuck Anderson. He gets right by him, and he looks to be going all the way right here. He's going to be scoring the first touchdown, and they get the extra point. The end zone's on the board with a quick start right here. 7-0 right on the first return. Very nicely done by the end zones. Wheelers having a tough time. Sarah Saunders snaps to Mitchell Raybon, Chelsea Martinez, and Alan Montross in there with blocks. And Jacob Snelson nearly gets the catch, but Chuck Anderson comes up with the interception. Nicely done by Chuck, and it goes right back to the Wheelers right here. As Ed and Chuck play right receiver. Ed on the right, Chuck on the left. Chelsea Martinez nearly gets a sack right there, but Mitchell Raybon comes up with the interception, and he laterals it to Alan Montross, who gets just a few yards before Chuck Anderson tackles him right there. Very nicely done by the end zones. Mitchell Raybon playing quarterback once again takes the snap. L.A. Garrison almost gets the sack, and David Enderle comes up with the interception, I should say. It goes right back to the Wheelers. Fourth down right here, they decide to punt instead. There you see it. And it's going to be fielded, I believe, by Alan Montross. Yes, there you see him right there. L.A. Garrison comes in, and he gets by him. He gets by, whoa, big spill right there. Zach McHouston, referee, goes down. David Enderle helps him right back up. Gets him right into the red zone right here. They're within range of scoring another touchdown. Tough break for the Wheelers. Brittany almost comes up with the sack, but Jacob Snelson comes up with a touchdown pass from Mitchell right there. Nicely done. Here comes the extra point attempt right here. Remember, if you pass it in and successful, it's worth 1. If you run it in and you're successful, it's worth 2. And Alan's going to run it in right here. It gets by Kevin and David, as well as L.A., Brittany, Chuck, and Ed, and they put another 2 on the board, plus the 6. 15-0, the current score in favor of the end zones, as Kevin Seaman is going to snap to David Enderle this time. Ed and Chuck look to be the receivers once again. But it is Zach Rule who comes up with the interception. Alan Montross in there to help block, as well as Chelsea, who blocks out L.A., That way, Zach Rule was able to get into the end zone. 22-0 the score. Chuck Anderson playing quarterback this time. He's scrambling. Chelsea Saunders blocked out right there. Ed gets the pass, and nice double coverage right there. Zach Rule and Alan Montross are able to come up with the tackles. Kevin Seaman about to snap to Chuck Anderson. He's right on the center. L.A. Garrison on the left, and Brittany Avila on the right. Chuck Anderson passes and is once again intercepted by Alan Montross. David Enderle wasn't able to tackle him, but Chuck Anderson was. And here come the second half highlights right here. As the end zone's back in control of the ball, Sarah Saunders playing center. There you see Zach Rule going out as well as Alan, but Zach is able to come up with the 6 right there. Very nicely done. 28-0 in favor of the end zones. Wheelers are just having a tough go this season. Mitchell Raybon gets the snap, hands it off to Zach Rule, who's tagged by L.A. Garrison right there. Very nice job by L.A. You see the celebratory pat on the back there by Kevin Seaman as well. Fourth down conversion attempt right here for the Texas Wheelers. We'll see if they can't come up with it as Kevin snaps to Chuck. Jacob Snelson comes in. Both he and Sarah Saunders are able to sack him right there. And that unfortunately gives it back, for the Wheelers I should say, unfortunately gets it right back to the end zones. And I've been mentioning Chelsea Martinez. She's playing substitute in this game as Zach Rule gets another touchdown. 34-0 for the Wheelers. It's been happening a lot in the league. You'll see a lot of sub players from other teams. No problem with that. Sarah Saunders snaps to Mitchell Raybon. Zach Rule with the block on L.A. Garrison. This time it looks to be going to Alan Montross, and it sure is. And Alan goes into the end zone once again. 41-0. He looked like he might have pulled a muscle right there. He looks to be in pain. But that would be the final score. 41 for the end zones, nothing for the Texas Wheelers. But the Wheelers put up a good fight right there, especially with substitute David Enderle. Ed played great as well. Great effort by all players. The Wheelers got some good players. They've just not been able to put together a combination that works. The best combination I've seen, however, is when David Enderle is able to sub in and Chuck Anderson kind of gets a break from playing quarterback. Chuck Anderson excels as wide receiver, according to him. Next time on Wheelchair Football Tonight, I'll stop babbling about the Wheelers and let's get to the next game. As you'll see it on our next edition, it's the Team Moby Texas Thunder going up against the undefeated Team Moby Finishers. A battle of the Team Mobies, and you'll be seeing it right here. Until then, for now, this is Jimmy Anderson signing off for Old School Media and Wheelchair Football Tonight.